Hello ITPC, this is Steve and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. So I'm smoking some Rainier Gold Blend 71 or something like that. And in my Fowen pipe, I don't know what this is called. I can't remember what they would call this. Kind of looks like an egg to me. I'm sure it's not. I think they say these are Danish-inspired pipes. I don't know. This is an excellent smoker, though. For how good it smokes, I feel like I don't smoke it enough. And I think the reason for that is because in my mind, I always want just it to be the longest, most wonderful smoke, and the bowl's not as deep as some, so I avoid it, even though, you know, I can smoke an hour in this pipe easy. So anyway, last video I kind of alluded to going over my 10 blends, 10 smokes for this 2023. Listed out a bunch of blends that I wanted to smoke. Kind of learned for myself that actively smoking blends that I have access to it's helpful if I just am smoking out of the tin of whatever it is, especially the tin for whatever reason, and it's just easier for me to not keep hopping around to all bazillion different tobaccos. Get to know that blend. So an effort to like intentionally try blends and smoke blends that I wanted to smoke that year, I tried to limit it down to 10 that I was going to try, and whenever I moved on to something else, I was going to go to that pile of 10 and try to smoke at least 10 times before I gave up on the blend. Caveat being that it didn't bite me, so I would, if it did that, I would just give up on it probably. So those blends were Opening Nights by Cornell and Deal, Royal Twist by Mac Barron, Old Gowrie by Rattrays, Folded Flake by Robert McConnell, Standard Mellow Mixture by Dunhill, Highgate by Robert McConnell, Fourth Generation Peter Stokkebeen 1931, Warhorse Bar. It's made by, maybe not subtle. 8 State Burley by C&D Rainier Gold Blend 71, when I'm smoking. So in 2023 so far, which is most of the year, I have smoked 208 times, which is really interesting because I have, if we kind of go back to other years, in 2020, where I first started keeping track of my smokes, I logged 499 smokes. I think I would log, for comparison purposes, I think I would log like partial smokes, or if I smoked something, I just dumped it right away because I was bad smoke and pick up something else. So I would be logging smokes that I probably wouldn't log now, just because my logging right now is really poor because it's not going to be nearly as accurate because I'm logging like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks and trying to remember what I smoked 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or even this past week is really hard for me. Usually I can figure out at least the frequency. Maybe the blend might be wrong. It's easier when I'm just actively smoking just one blend instead of switching around. But I have a tendency to switch around even though I focus on the blend like I talked about. In 2021, it was like 100 smokes less, 379. And then in 2022, it was like 100 less, 297. So in 2023, I'm like a whole 90 less again. So it's kind of interesting. I am doing a lot less smoking through these years. But I don't feel like I'm doing less smoking. But a big part of that is I've kind of learned what my palate can handle, and less smoking is better for me. And just largely that's a big thing, you know, like I kind of have learned that smoking more than one pipe in a day is just generally something I'm always going to avoid. There's probably, you know, less than 10 days a year where I have more than one smoke. And then there's a bunch of days now where I try to take the pressure off and not smoke if I don't have much time or I need a break. So anyway, and out of those 10 for 10 blends, I did get 102 smokes. So in theory, I should have done each one 10 times and I would have had almost a perfect score. So in reality, that didn't happen. But the 10 blends that I picked out were literally half my smokes for the year. So it was a lot of intentionality. And I think I did a good job of sticking with that. So let's just go through this here. My thoughts on them. I'll go with least amount of smokes to most amount of smokes. How about that? All right. We have Warhorse Bar and 8 State Burley with just one smoke. They were one and done. I definitely with Warhorse Bar, it was like an immediate nope, does not work for my palate. I like the taste. There's nothing about the taste. It's all about attacking my mouth. 8 State Burley was the same. Nothing against the taste. It just, boom, no. Cannot smoke that. Next, there was 2 that I had just 2 smokes of. Folded Flake Robert McConnell. I really was hoping and expecting that blend to, one, be delicious, and I was expecting it to work with my palate, because a lot of other blends from that manufacturer do. It did not work my palate, and that's why I just have 2 smokes of it. I don't think I have much to comment on the taste, other than I thought it was a lot more burley forward than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a Virginia forward blend in flavor, and it tastes a lot more burley or Kentucky. I can't hardly remember, but I just remember being surprised it wasn't more Virginias. Then the Dunhill Standard Mellow Mixture. I think I tried that right away, and I was quite uninspired by it. So it did not attack my mouth. I think I was just immediately bored by the flavors. It was indeed mellow, and it was boring. I don't know. I think I forgot about it and never went back to it. And so that's going to be an English mixture, but it was really a lot of Virginias. This thing had been aging probably for 10 years or something. So there was definitely, some amount of mellowness because of the age, but it just wasn't exciting. Then we have, it looks like Highgate with 7 smokes. So I think I have 3 coins left, 4, maybe 4. I kind of need to hydrate those to come back. I'd say Highgate was hit or miss. I had some excellent smokes. So that's Highgate's like kind of like cut like a Scudo, where it's Virginia Perique. I think it has a Cavendish in the center, like Pierce Huckabee's luxury rolls or whatever. Sometimes there was less flavor, and it was bitey, and other times not quite as much. It was tasty. I wouldn't go out buying more tins of it. I have one. So that's Highgate. Then after that, I have Mac Baron's Royal Twist with 8 smokes. This was a blend that I thought was going to bite me, that I wouldn't be able to get very far with, but it seemed to not bite quite so bad. It was all right enough that I, wanted to keep coming back to it, and it was tasty. Virginia Perique with Kentucky in small little coins. I think I need to keep improving my packing and preparing that tobacco, because I think I had a lot of unnecessary relights, when I was smoking that blend, but had good flavor. Good blend. When it came out again recently, I didn't buy any more tins. I think with the one that I opened, I had 4, so it was plenty, because they're all 100-ounce tins. After that, with just 4 blends remaining and still not having hit 10 smokes, we get to the blend that I'm smoking, the Rainier Gold Blend 71. Had this one previously, I think, given as a sample. I can't remember those details of who sent the samples, but I appreciate all the samples I've gotten. Anyway, that I have 14 smokes of, which I think is probably off, because that's those tins are like 3.5 ounces, and I don't have very much left. I know I've given some away, like some of these number of these blends, but I think that one's probably low, and it's very tasty. So it's a Virginia with some burley in it too, I think. So it smokes more like only Virginias, but definitely has burley influence in it. Excellent blend, very tasty. I bought a couple extra tins of that this year, and it can be kind of tricky to find. honestly. I think I was been looking to get a little bit more of that blend after I tried some, and it was so delicious. And I think I waited over a year before I saw it on the shelf. Nearly as many smokes is opening nights with 15. This is one that I had bought with right when I started smoking back in 2019. I didn't like it at first with Virginias because I just kind of burned. But then there wasn't much flavor. But then I waited like 9 months and with it in a jar. I tried it again. Now I got all these flavors and I smoked it up really fast. So I really wanted to try it again, but because I liked it, I had bought. This is back when I was buying tobacco like a mad, foolish person, and I bought it in half pound cans, so I was trying to save money. So I haven't really opened much, and so I really wanted to open it in, and so I did. Got 15 smokes. I think it's tasty blend. I like it. I think I probably have more loyalty to it than it deserves. I'm not seeking to go buy more of it. Obviously, crazy me bought way too much. And yeah, it's good. I definitely didn't smoke through 8 ounces worth with those 15 smokes. After that, I have probably the tobacco I enjoyed the most out of the bunch, which was the 4th generation Peter Stokkebye 1931 Virginia Burley blend with a little bit of a topping on it. I had 25 smokes of that, so that's a 3.5 ounce tin too. Just really enjoyed that blend, especially once those flakes started to dry out and I could just prepare it quickly and smoke it and enjoy it. I find that to be a pretty defining characteristics to smokes that I really enjoy is how quickly can I prepare this tobacco and get it in my pipe without spending a bunch of time and forethought to getting tobacco ready and drying it out. So being able to just pull tobacco and have it be the right moisture and rub it out and throw it in a pipe helps. And this one was great. I have fond memories smoking it on my 4th of July trip, relaxing next to the lake. Just really tasty blend. I had to do a number of retakes. One, because I forgot to put my lapel mic on. So I'm getting down to the bottom of my pipe here. Then, last but not least, was Rattray's Old Gowrie. I had 27 smokes of my 100-gram tin. This blend, I still have not smoked through that 100 grams. So it's kind of like a ready rub, it seems, like a flake rubbed out already. It makes it easy to pack. It's really Virginia, Burley, Kentucky. I don't know that it had it. I don't think it has any prints. If it does, it's not memorable. Really enjoyable, pretty good for my palate. Bite-wise, and I think it was just kind of a comfort go-to. I took that on vacation in spring, and I've just been smoking it since. And even in the tin, it doesn't really seem to be drying out too much. I feel like I could take it out now, and it would still need some dry time. So they must be using some propylene glycol on it or something. I don't know. But delicious blend. So those were the 10 blends. Other notables for the year. would be I smoked 17 times Saint Espresso from Warped. My favorite arrow if I'm going to smoke around other people. That is the blend I'm going to smoke. Pretty much the only aromatic I smoke. And I like it. I like it because it tastes great and it smells great. Bought some more of that when it released this year. I think it's also if I was to give tobacco to someone who's just starting smoking a pipe, it might be one of the blends I give them. I'd probably give them an English and then this Wart Saint Espresso. Golden Extras in the list, 13. I think those are all just from this fall. And just one of my favorites, Virginia Burley. And it's so easy going on my palate, especially the blend with age. And it's really, really tasty. It's already rubbed, so it's easy to pack, easy to smoke. I just really enjoy that blend. Then I had Robert McConnell Flake, which I think is some version of a Dunhill Flake at one point in time. That one was surprising. I had no bad smokes of that. That was very delicious. I definitely bought some more tins of that. It kept making me want to come back and smoke it. It was very delicious. It too seemed to agree with my palate well. I have GLP's Montgomery. Just kind of a blend that I enjoy. I think some of it is one of the early tobaccos I picked up was this Montgomery, and it was tasty. But I still can get some marvelous flavors out of it. And other times I'm not getting it as, I don't know. It doesn't smoke in all my pipes great. But some of the pipes, it just smokes really good. So it's kind of an interesting blend. And then Amphora Burley, very similar to Golden Extra, very delicious. First, I was kind of like last year, I really loved that blend. I mentioned it a lot. And then this next year, I started smoking it again, and I didn't get the flavors that I was expecting to. But then I tried drying it out more because I think it was maybe a little bit too moist, and then I was starting to get all those flavors again. So it's kind of interesting. I've been creeping more and more to drying out my tobacco, which is painful for me because I don't like to plan ahead. And then Classic Virginia from Wessex, one of my favorite Virginias. I had to get some smokes of that in there. And then Former's Cross Grain, and then a bunch of others, including the Englishes. So that's kind of summary for the year. Not very many Englishes besides all the Englishes that I tried and did a bunch of videos around. I think I enjoy and have enjoyed the Englishes more in the past. I think if I do try Englishes, I can still enjoy them. I think I just don't quite enjoy them right now as much as some of the Virginias and Virginia Burleys that I'm smoking. I think some of the reason is that I feel like after smoking an English for 45 minutes, I'm starting to get worn out by the flavors that they present. So that could be some of it, where I'm doing Englishes less because I'm trying to do less smokes. And when you get worn out by a blend quicker, it's kind of just like, I'd rather smoke a blend that I don't get as worn out on during the smoke. So that's probably it. But I definitely didn't smoke some of the other blends that I traditionally have really smoked a lot and enjoyed a lot. Like last year, Exhausted Rooster was up there pretty high. Um, I just had 3 smokes this year. H&H Anniversary Flake, I really like that one. I just didn't open a tin of that again. The Red Hunt from Warp, that was delicious. Some different stuff. Anyway, I'll probably pick some blends again this next year to open. I actually just grabbed a couple to open and focus on. I picked some GLP's Windjammer. Had one smoke of that. I'll probably talk about that later. MacBaron Brunello Flake, Virginia Burley with like a fruity topping on it or something. Had 2 smokes of that. I'll talk about that later. And then Esoterica Dorchester, I think, is what I grabbed. That was no smokes of that yet, but I did open the tin and it was excuse me. It was a lot fruitier than I remember, or not remember, because I've never had the blend. It's a Virginia Perique, and it didn't smell like what I thought the Virginia Perique would smell like. It smelled like it had topping on it, so I was surprised by that. But looking forward to trying those and a couple others. I'll have to pick some of those out for the next year, see what else I'm going to try to be holding myself to. I might be a little less adventurous. We'll see. Maybe I'll do less blends, but it's kind of fun. Fun to pick them out, try them, find some new favorites. I mean, that 1931 was brand new to me. Really thought I would like it. I really did. Some other ones that I thought I would like, I didn't, and it's just kind of how it goes. Anyways, end of the year's approaching. Probably a video next week before Christmas, and then maybe I won't post anything until after the year because travel and family, things get really busy. Ignore YouTube for a while, and then New Year, 2024. I think it'll be going on my 4th year of making videos, so we'll see how that all goes. Hope you all are enjoying your December. It's great to share that information with you. Thanks for hanging in there, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.